Good morning, class 6. Myself, Ranjit Kumar. I welcome you all in the e-learning program of Modern English School, Kunti Nagar, Nevada. This is the first video of the revision for the third chapter, that is fiber to fabric. Okay, so without wasting time, we will start immediately. First topic is fibers. What is fibers? Thin, long structure used to make cloth is called fiber. Fibers are thin, long structure that is used to make cloth is called fibers. Many fibers are twisted together to make it strong. So this process of twisting fiber together is called spinning. Means fibers are twisted. This process is called spinning. Fibers are twisted together to form yarn or thread. Okay, so different fibers are twisted together by process called spinning. The process of spinning fibers together is called twisting together is called spinning. This yarn or the thread is used to make fabric, and this process is called weaving. So process of making two or taking two or more means two fibers or yarn together, keeping two fibers keeping two yarn together to make a fabric is called weaving. This makes a fabric, and this fabric, when you take this fabric to the tailor, they will stitch it. So stitching, then we will get the cloth. So this is the whole thing that we have to study here. Fibers are twisted together to form yarn. Yarns are weaved together to form fabric, and fabrics are stitched to form cloth. Okay. What is spinning? I have explained. Next is fibers are of two types: natural fiber and synthetic fiber. Natural fibers, fiber that we obtain from the nature, is called natural fiber, and synthetic fibers, man-made fibers, are called synthetic fiber. Natural fibers are of two types: plant origin or animal origin. Plant origin include cotton, jute, flax. Animal origin includes wool or silk. These are the example of the natural fibers that we obtain from the animals. Next is synthetic fibers. Man-made fibers are called synthetic fiber. Synthetic fibers, example nylon, polyester, rayon. These all are the example of synthetic fiber. Next is weaving. The process of arranging two or more yarns, means two yarn together to make fabric, is called weaving, and this weaving is done by an equipment called loom. The machine used for weaving is called loom. This loom, it can be hand operated or power operated. If it is hand operated, then it is called hand loom. If it is power or electricity operated, then it is called power loom. Okay, so these are the looms. One more thing is knitting. Knitting is the process. In knitting, single yarn is used to make fabric. In weaving, two yarn are used to make fabric, but in knitting, single yarn is used to make fabric. For example, sweater bunna, that is called knitting. Okay, the yarn which we use in loom is either lengthwise yarn or crosswise yarn. Okay, so lengthwise yarn is called wap, and the crosswise yarn is called weft. This is called weft, and this is called wap. Okay. Next is knitting is done, weaving is done. Next is bobbins. What is bobbins? The roll in which we roll keep the yarn together is called knitting. Bobbins, wool, reel जिसमें रखते हैं. This is called bobbins. Cotton. Okay. Next is cotton. Cotton is best grown. Cotton is best grown in black soil and in warm climate. So the plants of the cotton are grown in black soil and in warm climate. It is well grown in India. It is grown in Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, etc. Okay. Next is it is planted in early spring. After 2 months, the flowers shed off, and after shedding, there will be a small ball-like structure, and that is called ball. B-O-L-L ball. After sometimes this ball get mature and it become size of a lemon, and it burst open. When it burst open, then the fibers of cotton come out from the ball. This cotton fibers is either hand picked or it can be done by a machine called gin. The process is called ginning. The process of separating fiber from the ball or the seed is called ginning. It can be done by hand or it can be done by machine called gin, which is this process is called, that's why this process is called ginning. The cotton fibers which we use, these fibers is used for many uses are there. This cotton can be used to manufacture cloth. Clean and sterilized cotton can be used in hospitals for cleaning wounds and the blood. Next, cotton can be also used to make some synthetic fibers like rayon. This cotton can also be used to make explosives such as gun cotton. So these are the uses of cotton. Next is jute. Jute is also a fiber that we obtain from the plant called patsan or patua. This is it is grown in Bihar, West Bengal and Assam. When plant is grown and after when the flower comes in the plant, at that time stem is harvested, and that stem is immersed in the water for some days. After some days, the retting happens and the fibers that is present on the top of the stem that separate out, and that fiber is used to make jute fibers. Means that is used to make jute fibers. Uses of jute. Jutes are used to make gunny bags. It is also spun in ropes to make ropes. It is also used in cushion, and some good quality of the jute that can be used to make cloth. Okay. Next fiber is flax. Flax is obtained from the flax plant, and it is obtained from the stem of the flax plant. The fibers that obtained from the flax plant is too long, and this flax fiber which is used for making linen or laces. It is also used to make fishing net. This flax fibers is also used to make some fine paper called cigarette paper, and this from this seed of this plant, means flax plant, the seed, from the seed we get linseed oil, and this linseed oil is used for mixing of paint and varnishes. Okay. Next topic is history of clothing. In olden time, people used to cover their body with the help of bark of the tree or skin of other animal, or with the help of leaves. They used to cover their body. With the time, it changes slowly and slowly. What they did at that time, there was no needle, so they do not know how to stitch the cloth. So what they used to do, they used to take the fleeces or hair of the animal, and which they used to wrap the animal bark or the bark of the means animal skin or the bark of the tree to wrap around their body so that it can be covered. In ancient time, in India, only cotton cloths was means cotton plant was cultivated, and they used cotton cloth because they used to grow this cotton plant near the Ganga river. In ancient Egypt, they used to grow flax and cotton plant near the Nile river. So they were using flax as well as cotton. With the invention of needle, the stitching of the cloth came into the picture. So this invention of needle allowed the or any means allowed people to stitch their cloth and they wear it. So before that, they used to just wrap around their body and tie it with the fleece or hair of animals. Okay.